The Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. There is a festival, I'll withhold the name until I introduce my guest, coming to Bay City this weekend. It's a 4-day festival, actually, Thursday through Sunday. And we will learn about it this morning because with us to talk about the Hell's Half Mile Film and Music Festival is Alan LaFave. Alan, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
All right, you know where I'm going to begin. Why the name Hell's Half Mile? I kind of figured it out before I looked at your website and then saw it, but it has to do with a Bay City reputation of a long time ago, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Well, when we were trying to come up with the name of the festival, a lot of festivals will name themselves after the city that they're in.
Yeah.
Bay City Film and Music Festival didn't have much sexiness to it. And there's lots of Bay Cities around the country, right? So we wanted to be a little bit more unique, a little bit more about who we are. And at that time, I was learning a little bit about Bay City's history. In the mid to late 1800s, Bay City was a big logging town. And in the spring, when the lumbermen would come back out from the northern forests, they'd get their paychecks and they'd head down to a strip of businesses.
Could have hung on a string of red lights all along.
Yes, absolutely. Right on Water Street in downtown Bay City, a half mile that the locals called Hell's Half Mile because of all the gambling houses, brothels, saloons, all those things. And no respectable Bay Cityan would be caught dead in those places, which is why the respectable men of the town dug catacombs to get to them so they wouldn't be seen going to them. So
the stories are legend, aren't they?
They're fantastic, and it just makes me smile to think about sort of that irreverent time.
Oh,
yeah, and that's what we felt like we were doing with independent film and indie music, was being a little bit irreverent and sort of coming in the back door of Bay City events. We were doing something new and bringing original and great storytelling to our community. So we thought that this fit really well with it.
So before you got to the name, you had to decide you wanted to do this festival. What brought that about?
Part of it was going to the very first Traverse City Film Festival, which happened the year before. I think it was 2005. Some friends of mine and I, one of my good friends, Tommy Jenkins, he and I went and we were like, wow, we could do our version of this in Bay City, And so we...
Had you been looking for something to do? Or did it just kind of strike you?
What was happening is a lot of my friends and I, we like a lot of really great music, so we'd drive down to Detroit and Ann Arbor to go see all these bands. And a number of us were in Ann Arbor at the Blind Pig, and we were sitting there waiting between bands, and we're like, geez, it would be great if these bands would come to us. We wouldn't have to drive an hour and a half, 2 hours to get to them. So we're like, I know, let's create this huge festival. And we imagined this big thing with like traditional arts and performing arts and culinary arts and, all these different things. And a friend of ours worked for an organization, a statewide arts organization at the time called ArtServe. And so I went to her and said, this is our idea. And she's like, how about you do one thing and do it well? And I'm like, interesting. How about we do two things pretty good instead? So we decided film and music, those were our passions. And we found the Bay Arts Council, which was the local arts organization at the time. I joined the board, and the board decided to take this under their nonprofit and umbrella.
I was going to ask about
that. Yeah, we started there, and then
you didn't have to reinvent the wheel as a nonprofit.
We didn't. Yeah, we had a infrastructure already in place for it, and then it's an all volunteer organization. And after so many years, we just branched off into our own nonprofit.
So you have your own nonprofit?
Yes, absolutely.
Your own 501c3?
Absolutely, yep.
So the films, as I understand it, are short films.
All lengths. We've got feature length and short films.
Really?
Yeah, we do have a lot of shorts programs because our audience eats them up, because it's really this great taste of a lot of different storytelling. You can be there 4, 5, 6 short films in a program. Yeah, you may like this one, and the next one is like, that was all right, but it wasn't my cup of tea. And then, don't worry, it's over in a few minutes. You can go on to the next one. So a lot of people love that because it's just really all these really different tastes of different types of storytelling.
Before you got into this, did you have any idea how to find films? How
Not
to
at
book
all.
Bands?
Not at all. When we
What did you do? What was your background?
Marketing, project management, yeah, a lot of that. And so I thought, well, how are we going to do this? So I contacted, we had gone to the East Lansing Film Festival, and I had met their director. And so I called her up a few months after her festival, and I said, hey, how do you do this? She was very generous with her time and the information. She told me about booking films, about doing call for submissions, working with venues, all of those different things. And a lot of it was just trial and error. We just had to figure it out. And we reached out to a number of different festivals along the way. And about 3 or 4 years into us doing this, we got a call from someone who said, hey, we're getting all the different film festivals who want to join together in Flint, and we're going to talk about how we can help each other. And pretty much every festival that participated in that is now gone, except for us and the East Lansing Film Festival.
Nice meeting.
Yeah, right. We survived. But, that's just the industry, that you get a lot of people with a lot of passion to do this. And a lot of people are doing this on their own time and their own dime for the most part. So you can't keep that passion up forever. And after 19 years, we still kept that passion up because we've got a lot of really amazing volunteers in our community who really love the event and love giving their time and their personality and putting all of that charged into the festival and making it something great for our community.
So is the event held in multiple venues?
Yeah. We try to make it a small footprint in downtown Bay City. We have the State Theater. We're back there this year. Last year we weren't there because of
problems.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
People can Google that.
Jordan Dice is doing a fabulous job.
Absolutely, and he's been fantastic to work with. We jumped in and did part of our film series earlier this year with him, and we're going to be doing that again this fall and winter. State Theater is one of our film venues. The Delta College Planetarium has been on board since almost like the second or third year of the festival. And then our third venue is always a build-out. It's usually someplace that will work with us, or we rent a space, and we bring the projection and screen and everything in. And this year that's at the Masonic Temple, the historic Masonic Temple
really?
of Bay City, which is actually where we started the festival years ago. So we're back to our home base. We were there last year as well because of not being at the State Theater. We sort of bookended the festival last year at the Bay City Players venue, opening night and closing night, and then the rest was in the Masonic because we wanted people to be able to walk from one venue to the other, and that's what's happening this year.
And the music?
Music's happening all over downtown Bay City too. We have we're at Old City Hall on Thursday night as part of our opening night after party. Friday night is over at the Masonic Temple. And then Saturday night is at the Jefferson Warehouse, which is a really cool space. So we're really excited to be back there for the second year.
We'll talk more about the films and the acts and all of that and how you buy tickets and all that stuff coming up as we talk to Alan LaFlave, who heads up the organization, the Hell's Half Mile Film and Music Festival in Bay City. Love that title. We will be back.
This fall, bring your game indoors with
All right, we're back with you talking to Alan LaFave about the Hell's Half Mile Film and Music Festival coming up in Bay City starting Thursday, running through Sunday. Let's talk some nitty-gritty here before we get into the movies and the films and the music and all that. Cost and tickets.
Yeah.
How and where?
Sure. HHMfest.com or hellshalfmile.com is our website, and there's a link to all the passes that we have. We have an all-access pass, which gets you into all the films, all the musics, and all the music events and receptions. We have film passes, which just get you into all the films all weekend long. And then we have day passes, which just gets you into the films for that day. So if you only have a day to go see films, and it's Friday or Saturday or Sunday, there's a pass for that. So you can get in and see a ton of films for a good price. The individual tickets are just $10 for a film, and music varies from $5 to $15 for Friday night and Saturday night.
But I'm interested in these memberships you have here. Fanatic membership and fan membership. You guys are creative, I'll give you that, I'll tell you.
We try, yeah. Those are great because
like sponsor membership.
yeah, it's like an individual sponsorship. You get some really great benefits like individual lanyard and some swag and discounts on merchandise and things like that, plus the passes that come with that, which are the all access passes. So that's a really great way to show your support as an individual and either get 2 or 4 passes based on which you do, the fan or fanatic.
So let's talk about an all access pass. Gets you in everything.
Yes.
All weekend.
All weekend long. Gets you into each of the receptions, the films, and the music.
What time of the day are we talking about? When do these things all run?
So on Thursday, it's our opening night. So we have our opening night reception at the Paramarquette Depot, which is from 6 to 8 p.m., and then we kind of walk a block over to the State Theater and our opening night film, which is called Under the Lights. That starts at 8:15. And once that film is done and the Q&A is over, we head over to Old City Hall and we go for our after party to see a band from Detroit called Bando. And that's around 10:30. Now, that's just opening night. The Friday, Saturday, Sundays start around 11 a.m. Sunday is even at 10:30 a.m. because we have a filmmaker panel at Legacy Coffee. So, and that usually runs through. Our last film on Friday is at 11 p.m., which is always our late night genre film. It's usually something either crazy or scary or crazy scary. Interestingly, this year we ended up with 3 different zombie movies in our program, and well, they're completely different types of films. We didn't even realize we did this, but they are the last movie of each night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Great, go home, be scared to death.
Exactly, yeah, just before bed. Before the Friday night one is very scary. The Saturday night is very interesting and a little bit scary, and then the Sunday night one is just funny. It's called.
Have you seen them all?
I haven't seen the Friday night one, but I've seen the Saturday and Sunday night one.
Does somebody on your board screen all of these?
Oh yeah, we've got a really intricate program for screening our films. We go through a screeners group, which is anything that's submitted to our festival for consideration goes to them first. They rate them on a 1 to 6 rating level, and everything 4 and above comes to the programmers. Then the programmers watch it, and anything 4 and above is considered for, and those ratings are considered for the festival. So it goes through a number of different eyes. The screeners, we have about 30 to 60 people year to year. And then on the programmers, it's about 12 to 14 people.
Which leads me to my next question, because I know you're an all-volunteer board, but do you also need volunteers?
Absolutely. That's just, they're the heart of how this festival runs. They're the people who are taking tickets, introducing the films, making sure that the hors d'oeuvres are passed around at receptions. They're doing everything. They are the reason that the festival actually can happen is the volunteers.
How old is the festival now?
This is our 19th year. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's survival.
I don't know how we did it.
What'd you do during COVID?
That year we pivoted like many festivals did, and we did some online, some virtual screenings. We made those available to people. We did a pop-up drive-in. And showed the film Labyrinth in a parking lot on the screen, and people could, sit in their cars and watch, and just like an old-fashioned drive-in. And then we had some music on the day that the festival, the weekend that the festival would have happened. We had some music at the Dry Dock Beer Garden, and so we kept things outside and.
Now, is the music all in the evening, or is it...
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's all in the evening.
So during the day, it's films.
Yeah, it's films all day or panels. Sometimes we have some workshops, but I don't think we have one scheduled for this year. But it's just a really great opportunity to to hit film after film, especially if it's cold out or it's raining out, which I think it'll be a little bit cooler and maybe even rain
maybe
a couple
rain.
of days. So this is a great way to a great time to watch some films inside.
All right. We'll send everybody the website, too. They don't use the Hell's Half Mile name. It's HHMFest.com, and you can find all your ticket stuff. You can also find all of the acts that are available, the music and the films, and sponsorships. You're always looking for those?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a fully funded by sponsors event. The ticket revenue just keeps the lights on in our office throughout the year and helps us to purchase equipment for the festival.
I'm going to ask about the films, because not all of them are cheap, are they?
Well, we've got a sort of a multi-level thing going on with that, too. For the most part, all the films, the majority of films are submitted to us for consideration. They actually pay a fee to have us consider it. And then we do pay screen.
Really?
Yeah. And that's pretty standard throughout the industry. We don't make, it's not a moneymaker for us. It just helps us to market to filmmakers. And then some films we scout at other festivals. We go to like the Cleveland International Film Festival. In years past, I've gone to Sundance and Slam Dance.
Oh,
and
really?
Tribeca
Sundance is
and
the
South
biggie.
by Southwest. Yeah. I'm hoping to get to Sundance this coming year for the last time it's at Salt Lake City
It'll be a
and
memorial
Park
to
City.
Robert Redford.
Yeah, absolutely. My first time going to the Sundance Film Festival. We're standing around on the sidewalk going, three Midwest guys going, what do we do next? And Robert Redford walks out of the building right in front of us and walks past. We're like, okay, if that's the celebrity you're going to see, that's the one. You know?
I had a tour business. We owned a tour business from 94 to 2008. And I used to do the conventions and went to the National Tour Association convention in Salt Lake City. And one of the side trips we could do was Sundance. And we all got up there. There were probably 30 of us. And out comes Redford to talk to us. And there he
It's
was.
amazing, isn't it?
It was phenomenal.
Oh, it's so
It was
cool.
great. It was phenomenal what he did up there.
Absolutely, and what he did for film itself, independent film has really exploded over the years since Sundance Film Festival came into be. Great directors have come out of that festival being discovered. Steven Soderbergh, Quentin Tarantino, and so many, 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 many more. We have some films that premiered at Sundance at our festival this year. The one zombie movie, Didn't Die, premiered there. We have an amazing film called Sunfish and Other Stories Around Green Lake that premiered at Sundance this year, and it was shot in northern Michigan. It's absolutely lovely film. People should really catch that one.
It's going to be interesting, this festival. 4 days worth, folks. There's a few more things I need to talk about, so we're going to take a break, come back with Alan Lefebvre and the Hell's Half Mile Film and Music Festival coming to Bay City beginning Thursday evening, running through Sunday.
I'm attorney Jerry Reif, and
And then last year, we did it 2 years back too. Oh, yeah. So I guess we've done it for a little while.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So as you sit around having your board meetings, what's on the horizon? What else do you guys want to do?
Oh, well, that's a great question. We love the idea of having our own micro cinema in the future, someplace where we can show films on the regular, throughout the year. We do a film series at the State Theater, and that's fantastic. We love being there because it's just that old movie house vibe,
Yeah.
They've got so much other programming going on, and they, live performance and other things happening there. So, it was just something that we've had in our back pocket. We've done a little bit of research. I've participated in some Film Festival Alliance and Art House Convergence conferences where literally ran a panel on, what would it take to get from a festival to a cinema. How do you get there? And we've talked to people in organizations from California.
It's easy to raise the money.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was the one in Sedona, Arizona. They were like, well, we just raised money and we got our 3 cinemas. And it's like, okay, that doesn't always happen everywhere. So Yeah, that is one of the keys right there. But you also have to have an audience for it. You have to build an audience for it. Something like what Traverse City's done when they had the State Theater in Bijou by the Bay. And there are other Northwest Michigan communities that are doing great with independent film and showing, big budget commercial films as well. And that's part of the mix.
So in a typical year, how many people attend, would you say?
Our festival? So we count people coming, if you came to 3 different events and then went to a reception, you'd be 4 people,
Right, yeah.
So it's upwards between 3,500 and 4,000 people.
Bunch.
Yeah. Yeah. So last year was fantastic. We actually beat our 2019 pre-COVID numbers for attendance. So that's
you're back to where you were pre-COVID.
Yeah. So that was pretty fantastic. We enjoyed having that number and seeing that folks were ready to come back out. We actually do a virtual part of the festival as well. If you're not able to come for the weekend, we have not every film is available virtually, but for a low price of $10, you can watch stuff from home the week after the festival.
So if I asked you for your mission as an organization, as a nonprofit, what would it be?
Oh man, I wish I would have pulled that up on my phone so I could tell you it word for word.
Would you like me to read it to you?
Yeah, you've got it up there. But it is it's to really just sort of expand the opportunity for the arts in our community and to bring community together around film, music, and whatever else we bring to be the alternative in our community. There's legacy arts in the community. There's Saginaw Symphony. There's Midland Center for the Arts does so many great things. Bay City Players. We're trying to bring something else. We're trying to be fresh and bring something that's not already here.
I ask this question all the time. If we take Saginaw Bay and Midland counties, roughly 400,000 people.
Sure.
How many cities of 400,000 have 2 symphony orchestras,
Right.
multiple art museums, multiple theater companies, and multiple film festivals,
Exactly. Yeah.
plus all kinds of other stuff?
We
don't realize how much
it's actually
we have
pretty
around
rare. It really
very
is.
rare.
Yeah. We're very fortunate. We're I mean, if you think about it, Midland, Saginaw, and Bay City, we're the bedroom communities of a major metro that just seems to be a cornfield in the middle. It's like, the major metro's not there, but we're all here on the outskirts. And I mean, it was an 11-minute drive for me from Bay City to your studio here. So it's just so easy to get from one to the next. And we hope that people are thinking about that when they're living in Saginaw County or Midland County or even beyond, coming into Bay City for the weekend to check out some films and music and go to some parties.
Well, through the attractions around here, we found out people will come. Ask the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Club.
For sure.
That audience is from all over the place. Ask the Loons. People will travel for a destination to see something worthwhile. So
yeah, and there aren't as many film festivals in Michigan anymore. The Traverse City Film Festival.
They're not easy to do.
No, it's a big organization. When I talked about the inception of this, like, hey, we're at this place in Ann Arbor, and we're like, shouldn't we? Let's bring the bands to us. What it turned into was, let's work all year long to bring the bands to us. And that's what it turned into. It's like, well, maybe that drive down to Detroit isn't so bad after all.
Let me take one more break here, and we'll finish up with Alan LaFave when we return. What is it again? I forgot now. Hell's Half Mile.
There we go.
Film and Music Festival. We'll be back.
Mark your calendar, Saginaw.
And we're back with you. Alan LaFave in studio. He heads up the Hell's Half Mile Film and Music Festival in Bay City, starting Thursday evening, running through Sunday. What are the jury awards? Do you still do them? I see
absolutely.
Old ones here, but
yeah, we started the jury awards back several years back on the recommendation of some filmmakers. We first did the audience awards, so we have that as well. That continues on. But what we try to do is we try to bring in some industry professionals, people that are filmmakers or programmers from film festivals. They run cinemas somewhere in the country. And we have them. We nominate different films in different categories. Best ensemble cast, best cinematography, soundtrack, score, things like that. And then they watch those films and they provide, they create the award for for those categories. So we've had anywhere from Tom Hall, who's a Flint native, who is the director of the Montclair Film Festival, which is Stephen Colbert's wife is on the board of that festival, to Damien Chazelle, who's an Academy Award winner for La La Land. He was one of our first jurors. So these industry folks, they decide who gets the awards based on these categories, and we do some cash prizes for those.
And how many films out of the 60, how many films are juried? All of them?
Nope. So the programmers will nominate them based on their standouts, and about I think it's about a dozen features went in for the features category, and probably less than 10 short films for the shorts categories.
And all of that's done during the festival or before the festival?
In advance of the festival. Yeah. And then generally we'll have maybe one or two of the jurors actually be at the festival. And I'm not sure who's going to. We have at least one coming, and that's actually a former Bay Cityan who's been living in Mexico for the last 30 years or so. I went to high school with him. He graduated with me, and he had a program on like the History Channel in Mexico. Yeah, I had no idea that this was even happening, and we caught up with each other this past summer, and I invited him to be a juror. So,
all right. So, passes are available online.
Online, yes. You can get them at the box office later this week as well.
All Access Pass, Film Pass, Fanatic membership, fan membership, Friday Film Fest, Saturday Film Fest Pass, Sunday Film Pass, and a virtual pass for those that don't want to go out.
Right. Yes, and the virtual starts on Monday. We also have individual tickets. You want to just go see one specific film or a couple of specific films? You can buy tickets in advance or at the door.
And typically, the venues hold how many people?
So we have venues that range from 80 people to 550.
So it's a variety.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Alan, listen, it's an interesting learning about this. I had no idea.
Well, come on out.
Particularly where the name came from.
Well, we try to make it interesting and try to exceed expectations, even if it's just by this much, Come on out this weekend.
Good luck with it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thursday night through Sunday, Hell's Half Mile Film and Music Festival. Alan, thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back to close out, tell you what's ahead on Focus.
It's Soaring Eagles Rockin'
Celebration as Big X marks their 75th anniversary. Stop in and discover a beautiful selection of fall flowers, pumpkins, mums, and festive decor to brighten up your home or yard this season. Big X has been helping families grow for generations, and now is the...
All right, that'll do it for the Art Lewis Show for today. We will be back tomorrow. Coming up on Focus, we're going to learn about the Karmanos Cancer Institute. All of that is ahead after the news from CBS, the local report with Michael Percha. I'm Art Lewis. We'll talk to you right after the news.
Broadcasting from the